Hey guys, Lytane here, and this is my 100th episode. That's 100 Wednesdays I've uploaded to. Most of it has been with the Is It Worth It series and a couple of top 11s and stuff like that, but it says 100 on my computer and that's all that counts, right? So a big thank you to all those people that have come and watched, subscribed, commented, liked and disliked, and just spent time with me, you know, both online and offline. It's been an absolute amazing experience. To mark this special occasion, I'm going to be looking back at the first 99 videos and doing a bit of commentary and cringing a lot because some of those older videos are just golden in order to see if they were worth it or not. Well, the best place to begin is at the start. 2.5 years ago, I released my first episode, Abe's Odyssey. Let's have a look, Jesus. So I had this idea to make a review show, right? But goddamn is this first episode so awkward. Why are there so many awkward pauses? Just retake it. Oh my god. Why did I not do more takes for this? And why did I stutter and mispronounce words? I also wanted to do skits, but I don't know how to write comedy, which is why I don't do skits and comedy very often. And oh, these are bad, but man, I'm really proud. This is like the first thing I ever edited. Look at this. This is great. Oh my god, The Land Before Time. This movie still makes me cry, just so you know. I have so much more to say about this movie now that I'm more accomplished and more confident at speaking, but I'm very glad that I did this second because honestly, it's great. I think you should still watch this film. It's fantastic. Also, the thumbnail for this, which I have on the screen now, my friend Danny made it, and he just had fun and put my face on a dinosaur. Thanks a lot, Danny. Yeah, Resident Evil. Just so you know, I hate running. You know, the only reason why I wanted to do this review was because I wanted that very elaborate Jill sandwich joke. That was totally not worth it. With Digimon Digital Card Battle, I wanted to do a game that I loved, but it wasn't often talked about. You know, like just a fun game that it was from my childhood. And I introduced this evil character into the middle of the episode. And oh my god, the modem sound when I go into the digital world. And don't worry, I will be bringing this guy back. He's not left my memory. I wanted to do the whole episode animated after I went into the digital world, but it was too hard for me. I didn't know what to do. I could probably do that now, actually, but back then, nah. Also, special thanks again. Look, special thanks to Danny for creating me as Digimon and me as Tai. That looked awesome. I'm so over the moon when I saw how good his work was. Someone pointed this out to me after I uploaded it, but I actually used my real name when digivolving. Man, the illusion is ruined. I'm such an idiot.
I've got a lot in common with a certain Marvel superhero character, and I think you know the one I mean. Alright, well, I'm not black, I don't know martial arts, I'm not part vampire, and I don't dress all in leather. But he and I do share one thing in common. I'm a daywalker.
I'm sorry, that intro is really shit. When I started making videos, I wanted to have a reason to talk about things. I just didn't want to just jump into it, but man, I could have come up with something better than that. That's horrible. But Blade is the absolute shit when it comes to superhero films. This is such a good film. You should totally watch it. It's so much fun. And this was like the first film that I started ranting with questions as well. Something that I like so much that I started doing it a lot more often. I even have a whole segment now called Question Time, which I bring up every now and then when I've got lots of questions in a movie, but I think Blade is the one that really started it. One of my more controversial reviews, Clueless. Most of my friends disagree with me about my thoughts on it, but I have no regrets. I also tried something new in this review. I tried to say the whole story of the movie instead of just like a third to a half in what I usually do. Because I watch a lot of Nostalgia Critic. He's part of the reasons why I started doing reviews, because I really like his work. But he does those movie reviews on such a large scale. They're like 30 minutes long, and this episode's like, what, 7.5 minutes. So I tried to tell the whole story with making jokes and stuff during the story, but I didn't really like it. Also, a big thanks to Matt. He did that intro that I saw. I'm gonna play it again, which is in like the start of every episode. I've been using it ever since, pretty much. You can check out his channel in the description below. Man, I should probably do more takes of this. That is Spellbinder. This is personally one of my favorite old reviews. I had so much fun watching the show with my girlfriend and my sister, and then writing and saying this review was so much fun. Also, this intro, fantastic. I was so proud of how it turned out. I was trying to recreate the intro from the show, and I think I did a pretty good job. And one day I will make season 2. So one thing you should know about this show is that I rarely know what I'm going to be doing next week. I kind of make it up on the fly. I have this huge list on my computer of, you know, movies, TV shows, and games that I want to do, and then every week I just pick one and do it. Also, my girlfriend hasn't seen too many movies and TV shows when she was growing up, so every time we watch one of those, it goes into the list, and I tend to do a review on it fairly quickly because it's fresh in my mind. Because of this, Spellbinder was one of the ones that I knew what I was going to be doing the next week, so I put a very crappy joke at the end of Spellbinder, which no one said anything about except for my girlfriend and my sister because they watched the episode, but I liked it. It was a silly little joke. And that brings us to the second main problem of my show. I get bored. Because I have a format to the show where I do, you know, same things week after week or similar enough, and I'm not very good at writing comedy and skits, so it tends to be the same episode every week, I get bored. And whenever I do, I decide to do something grand. And this was the first time that I decided to do something big with a themed month or a trilogy. Like one thing to do with Final Fantasy each week. I liked that idea so much that having a dedicated trilogy or a month just on one specific theme, that I've done it plenty of times since, and I'll be talking about those later. So my Final Fantasy theme, of course, was Final Fantasy 1, The Spirits Within, and the anime Final Fantasy Unlimited. Oh gosh, man, let's look at the first one. That's good. The Final Fantasy. That's the joke from the last one. Oh, look at that custom intro. And look, in The Spirits Within, this is the first episode that I moved rooms. So my house has 3 bedrooms, and I used to film in one of them, but for some reason or another, I decided to move everything into the second bedroom and set up that as my like studio of sorts. It's also our spare junk room. Don't ever look behind the camera, just look at what I show you. This is also when I bought a Canon 70D, which was my camera of choice for a while, so damn, that quality. I didn't know how to frame it yet, and I look so short. Oh man, that's embarrassing. So my quick review on Dresden Files recently gained a lot of popularity, and I don't know why, as I don't really like the review I did. It's very weak, it lacks information, but it's doing well. I don't understand the YouTube algorithm, I really don't, but you should definitely check out the books, they're pretty cool. So now up to the December videos, and of course there's a new theme, Christmas. I wanted to do each episode on something Christmas related, but a Christmas show was too hard to find, so I chose South Park. It has Santa and snow, so it totally counts. Let's look at them. With Jingle All the Way as my last Christmas one, which is an amazing Arnie film, you should definitely watch it. It's fantastic. It was around this time that I broke my ACL, which is a ligament in your leg that holds it together so it doesn't go boom. It was in my right leg, and if you like my Sonic-y socks, they're quite cool. I wore those socks just so I could show it off. I broke my ACL, and as you can imagine, I was pretty disheartened, and I didn't make videos for a while. It was also around this time that I decided maybe I should quit YouTube. I wasn't very happy, it wasn't doing very well. Most of the people that were watching were friends and family, and even then most of my friends didn't even watch. But my mum, you're a good supporter. Love you, mum. Love you, dad. You watch like every week. You're the best. But it was also around this time that I found a community online, and I started making friends online, and they started watching my videos and I started watching theirs, and honestly, it was fantastic. I felt like I found some people, and it was because of them that I kept going, especially a guy named Major Sven. He was amazing. He was the one that really brought me out of that stupor that I was in and kept me going. And look at it, I'm still here today. So, you know, it's all thanks to Major Sven, or it's all because of Major Sven. If you don't like me, you should, yeah. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just rambling. So my first video back after my injury is actually a special request from Sven. He asked me to do Dust and Elysian Tale, and I couldn't really say no, but that's all I really have to say about that. Now, SPYRO, that's another one that was a little bit controversial because of my opinions. I even got a little bit of hate on some forums that I like to visit, but I stand by what I said. So this is another episode which gained a lot of traction recently, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because of the Kickstarter board game, which I backed because I love Kickstarter board games and Warehouse 13, and I love the show so much that I would probably put it in my top 10 shows of all time, maybe top 5, though that list changes all the time. Man, I'm not too happy with this review. I focused way too much on these characters. Honestly, it should have been more tighter, and I should have talked more about the show. I've since changed that format where I go through every character, tell you what they've been in and all that kinds of stuff. While I personally find that really interesting, yeah, most people didn't, so yay, new format. So Super SWIV was the first unscripted episode that I did. I had to look at my phone, I had to Google the story for the game on my phone, and then like memorize what was happening, then speak to the camera so I didn't break that flow of continuity. It's great, it's great. So I only recorded this because I wanted to do something before I went into surgery. I think I was going into surgery like 2 days after this video, so I was a little preoccupied, but I'm like, no, I should release something because I don't know how long it'll take for me to recover after the surgery, and I might not make something for a while. I don't think it was too bad, all things considered, non-scripted and all that kinds of stuff. This is my top 11 video, the first one that I've done. It was in the works for quite a while as well. I started writing it probably in December, you know, organizing my list of musics and stuff like that. And it took so long to write it up and edit it, and then it sat on the back burner for a little bit because I wasn't sure when to do it. And then after I hurt myself, I thought, well, most of this is going to be off camera, so I can just sit down and do the review. In fact, if I was to do this list now, I'd probably change a couple of them. Oh, the song is great! Biroxy with a Heart, you're going to make me cry. I would probably add different music, and music that I forgot as well, like Heavy Rain. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot that Sitting in Every Corner song. Oh gosh. You know when you try and remember another song and you're hearing one, it doesn't quite work out. I have kept this track list actually since this video, and I use the songs in multiple videos afterwards, just whenever I need a song. This is usually the list I go to. This video was very special. It was the first collaboration that I've ever done on my channel. Something that is very different because I should do more collabs, I really should. And this makes me emotional every time because is Major Sven worth it? His channel has a show called Creamy Yum Yum where he goes and talks about other YouTubers and says how great they are because, you know, and that you should watch them. And I was one of those episodes too, which made me really proud. So I got a whole bunch of other people in order to make them talk about Sven because he was going through some hard times, and I just wanted to cheer him up the same way that he cheered me up when I watched that video. This is probably one of the proudest things I have ever done in my life. It's simply amazing, and I watch it from time to time and go, man, this is good. No one will ever watch this except for people that know and like Major Sven, but you know, you should check him out. He's awesome. He hasn't done anything for a while, but he's awesome. Oh, RAYMAN, the game that looks like a children's game, but is definitely an adult game because it's gonna kick your butt. This was kind of big for the channel too, and I don't know why. I didn't think the review was any good. I think it was pretty average, honestly. But doing this, I did look up some other reviews on RAYMAN afterwards to see if people had the same opinion of me, and I found a channel called Implant Games. who do long reviews. They're like 30 minutes long every single episode. You should totally check them out. They're fantastic. I'll put their link in the description as well. Oh my god, Prison Break. This caused so much trouble for me. Fox hit it with copyright, not once, but twice. The first time was that stupid automatic one, and I said it was fair use. They said fine. Then about a week later, they manually flagged it, and then it took a long time for me to get this video back. It was slightly scary as well, because they threatened to take down my channel, they threatened lawsuits and all that kinds of stuff. I didn't know if I was going to win or not, even though it should be covered under fair use. I even did a rant, which I'll put up in the corner, which I think is going to be over there. I don't know how corners work in YouTube, it's kind of backwards, but you know, whatever. I thought I was going to get a permanent strike with this video, and honestly, it wasn't worth all the drama. My first web series that I looked at, yeah, Video Game High School. Pretty cool. If it was out today, it'd probably be on YouTube Red and you'd have to pay money for it, but good thing it came out a long time ago. As a bit of a personal joke to myself, for my 1-year anniversary, I thought, what could I do to make it special? And I was like, what about another Oddworld game in the style of the first one? Because, you know, it's a year and I've learned so much since then. So, of course, I did that. But I had so many regrets in the first video because I didn't really talk about much of the world of Oddworld. And I just thought, well, I can cover all that now. See, look, this is the full history of Oddworld, the quintology and everything. This is good. This is some quality stuff. You're learning something here. So, the main thing with my channel is because I can't write funny, as you'll see with these skits, I wanted to be informative instead and make you think about what I was reviewing, make you maybe learn something or something like that. But keeping with the first episode, I had to have skits. Quality skits right there. Look at that. There's 4 of me. I even messed up my hair in different ways for each character. Oh my god, I learned so much doing this. These special effects. Oh my god, they're through the roof. They're simply amazing. This is great. Now, this was unplanned. I wanted to talk about the Goosebumps movie, and because I just watched it on Netflix, and I thought, why not? But then I found out that the TV show was also on Netflix. So I had this great idea. Why don't I make a Goosebumps month? So I filmed this extra scene saying that it was Goosebumps month, and this intro that you're watching now, I recreated the show as best as I could, and it's something that I'm super duper proud of. I filmed this intro the day of the upload, because it was the day of the upload that I decided I'm going to turn this into a dedicated month. It was crazy. Talk about tight. So after this first episode, I wrote a themed story around it, which is pretty dumb and fun. As you can see, it comes to fruition mostly in the Goosebumps TV show, which is actually the biggest video on my entire channel. It's like got over 3,000 views. It's absolutely crazy. Arthur Bookwormington III. This is my first book review. And this is my favorite character as well. I love him because this guy is very much like me. Bad jokes and puns, and due to the way that he talks with the ups and downs and the awkward pauses, it makes me able to think of the dialogue on the fly. I can think much more quickly, and I can make it less scripted. These book reviews don't really have scripts. They have dot points because I just ramble. It's something that I'm good at, if you haven't noticed. Yeah. Now this is a very special video. Ever since I started my channel, my girlfriend really wanted me to make a video on her. And then I made one on Sven, and she started getting really upset and jealous, saying, "When my video?" and stuff. I already planned for it to come out on our anniversary, but she kept hounding me for it. But what was I gonna do? I can't say to her, "This is a surprise that you know." I can't ruin it, so I just had to put up with her getting angry at me. But then I did release it on our anniversary, and she absolutely loved it. She talked through this entire video, like what I'm doing now, and she loved it. She cried, she laughed, she didn't even watch it. Really, then she's watched it multiple times since. Man, how rude is she? But she's still worth it. If you're watching, I love you. Now, for some reason, I don't know why, this is the second biggest video on my channel. Go Godzilla! He's so big that he's just so awesome. So this marks a turning point where my videos started to become way too long. I mean, I love these things and I have so much to say about all different subjects, but it's a bit too long. This is a 20-minute review on a, 90-minute film? I'll still do some long reviews, but I've decided to try and keep them shorter from now on. Wow, talk about short. How I Met Your Mother review is nearly 40 minutes. True, it's talking about a show that went for 9 seasons, but man, I should have cut this down. Arguably, it's like 10 or 15 minutes of ranting about the final season, so maybe I should have made that a separate video or something. That's probably a better idea. Maybe I should do stuff like that sometimes when I'm talking about TV shows. Not much to say in my videos until we hit October, because October's Halloween. We don't celebrate it in Australia, but I wish we did. I love the idea behind Halloween. So because of that, I had to do something big for this. 4 weeks, 1 long story, each with a review tied to it, with lots of action, and a big thank you to Shane for helping out with these videos and being in the background and, you know, spouting some lines that I wrote mostly the day before and on the day. It was great, so thank you very much. So it's a backstory for these reviews. These were the toughest things that I had ever decided to make. I decided to go really big and make a big long story and have it really themed around what I was reviewing and have the reviews tie in to what was happening around me, and it was a big effort. Now, I had to film these on a Sunday because that was the only day that Shane and I were free to do this. Then I would have to edit it on the Sunday night, Monday and Tuesday in order to upload it before Wednesday. Then I'd have to write the script for the next episode before the following Sunday and film it all again. It was torture. To make this even worse, that is the month that I went back to work. It was 10 months between me busting my ACL and when I could return to my normal duties at work. And because of this, I was like doing work and I was doing YouTube at the same time. And you know what's the bestest part? I was doing 50-hour work weeks. 50-hour work weeks with this crazy YouTube schedule of 1 episode a week with these crazy videos. Each one of them go for like, you know, 15 to 20 minutes with story and everything like that. It's absolutely crazy. I don't know how I did this. Also, we broke into a school and we broke into a factory and we broke into an abandoned train station. So, yeah, I'm a badass. Oh, these are so much fun and my voice just cracked just thinking about it. Now I've admitted that I've broken into places on camera, so I'm definitely going to be going to jail. Also, a big thank you to my friend Christopher, who let us use his house for the Casper review. He was about to be knocked down, so it was quite empty and desolate, and it was exactly what I was going for, so that worked out. Thanks, buddy. Not too much to note until we hit Christmas, which is some Christmas themes again. I also decided to do a not very Christmas film every year. So Gremlins was an obvious choice. You can guess that this year's gonna have Die Hard 2 because it's the other Christmassy, not Christmas film. It was also in December that I decided to do a month dedicated to Aladdin. I love Disney. I have seen so many Disney things. They are absolutely amazing. Definitely one of my top tier things. And because of that, I did not really want to do Disney reviews because I wanted them to be big and special. So I had this idea of, what about if I was to sing? I'm so proud of how this song came out. Arabian Nights was the first song that I wrote. I wrote them each in order. You know, writing the lyrics, then I had to do the review, then I had to record it all, and then I had to animate it all, and then I had to record the whole review and slice it in. It was such a huge job every week, and I don't know how I hit my deadlines. It's pretty crazy. Now, my personal favorite is this one, Sequel Like Me, because, you know, I think it was the best animated. It's definitely the best lyrics. It's my personal favorite. This is probably the worst song that I did, Whole New Show, because I was so tired and exhausted at this point, and I didn't know what to do, so I just like made us go around in circles on a magic carpet. It was great. My friend always shows whole new show to other people, just to show those crappy special effects. It's so good. I'll be doing more singing reviews in the future, so don't you worry. Even though I don't have the best voice, they are so much fun to do and are probably the most fun I've had in the entire YouTube career. These are 5 of the things that I am definitely the most proudest creatively of. Not much to say, like most of these videos are stock standard. American Horror Story, this episode's alright. It has a great amount of views, which I think is due to the new season coming out. I'm looking forward to it. I'll do season 2 soon, so keep an eye out for that. And the 2-year anniversary, so it had to be Oddworld, Munch's Odyssey. Man, I honestly struggled to play through this game. It was my least favorite of all the Oddworld games, and I regret playing through it again for this review. But I do like the characters in this, honestly. Like, Munch is so good. Like, look at this guy. Like, I used him and Abe in the video. They're cool little plushies. I really, really like them. I don't know if you can hear this, but they also burp. And Abe farts. It is so dumb, honestly. I don't know why that's a thing, but it is. They're great. I recommend them over the game any day. So for Heavy Rain, as well as my next 2 videos, Pitch Black and Dark Souls, I wanted to release a little promo teaser video in order to generate some interest for this. Like, so I'll release it on Instagram and stuff. It didn't work, but it was fun to make regardless. It was in Heavy Rain that I decided to keep my episodes shorter, trying to be like 9 to 13 minutes. I hit it most of the time, I guess. Not like this episode. I've definitely gone over my limit. The Incredibles review is one that I really love. Because of the history surrounding this film. It totally changes the context of the film when you know what was happening to Disney and Pixar around this time. I honestly think that the movie becomes better knowing the history around it, and I really wanted to show people this and teach it to them, but sadly, not many people watched it, so, oh well, at least I tried. So guys, quick little update here. This is actually not episode 100. The folder that I have with all of the episodes in it is actually incorrect because I didn't have Super SWIV or Is Kitty Worth It in there. Super SWIV, because it was unscripted, it didn't get counted properly, and Kitty was in a separate folder, that way it didn't ruin the surprise for Kitty. Because of that, I actually miscounted, and this is actually episode 102. Bad, so excuse all the things that I said about it being episode 100, but this is still my episode 100 special. I don't care, you can't take that away from me. But just, yeah, it's just the numbers didn't quite add up, but yeah! We're almost up to date now. I've been looking at some newer titles recently, like This Is the Hollow, newer TV shows. It's alright, I don't mind the review, it's okay. So like, I did this review on To All the Boys. I thought it might generate some activity because it's something brand new. You know, the channel doesn't really do that much, but it didn't really generate much. So I might be sticking with nostalgia instead. I don't know. Wow, so that is 100 videos. Honestly, I can say that going back through all of these and reliving some memories and commentary and stuff like that has been pretty worth it, in my opinion. It's so much fun to see how far I've come from that very, very first video till now. I have better equipment, better camera, sound, lighting. I've learned how to edit more, and I know more things about, like, I've learned Photoshop basics now, so I'm getting better at doing things. I honestly think that going back is really fun. I just enjoy looking back at some of those things and cringing. And it's really funny whenever I get a new comment on one of my older videos and I'm like, oh, how could you watch that? I don't even want to watch that because it's so cringy. But I do appreciate all of that stuff, guys. You're the best. So what is on the horizon for the next 100 videos? Well, of course, October's coming up, so there's going to be another themed month, and I bet you can't guess what that theme is. There's also December, which is going to be Christmas. I'm thinking January, I'm going to do, January, maybe February, I'm going to do another Disney-themed month, based on the next logical Disney movie that I should probably do. I also have a musical review that I'm currently writing on a movie. It's pretty bad. I really like singing though, so it's gonna be a lot of fun. There's also a few other ideas that I've got, but most importantly, any of this stuff is just my ideas. If you guys have any ideas, shoot them towards me. If there's a movie that you've just seen or an old one that you remember and you want to check it out, you want me to check it out, then by all means let me know. I can be reached in so many different places, social medias, and just commenting on this video or any other video, and I will add your suggestions to that long list. And depending on how much I like you or how easy it is for me to get a hold of that thing, I'll do a review on it. But guys, don't forget to psych and subscribe. You know, tell me what you thought about this video, and yeah, this video will not get very many views, but it was something fun for me to make. Also, whilst going through this, I realized that I've got over 250 subscribers. Whoa! So this is going to be my 250 subscriber special at the same time. I'm cheating. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! How many videos have I got? I've got one too many. 248. Is that really how many videos I've got? Holy cow. I've only got 100. Is it worth it? That means I have 148 reviews and video game stuff. That's crazy.